What's up, world? It's Stefan.
And it's your boy Jashad.
And we are the Likeable assholes.
And we always with the shits, man.
We got a special guest with us. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yes,
hey,
ma'am.
Yasmin.
Good to have you here. Good to have you here. Oh, okay. First thing we're going to talk about is the trash-ass Super Bowl.
Trash-ass Super Bowl. Man.
All right, first things first. I was right. Of course.
I think we all was right. Said the Patriots was gonna win. Like,
yeah, we did say that.
They was gonna find a way to win, no matter how it was gonna happen. It was gonna happen, and Brady was gonna be held again as the great white hype.
Yeah. And
know?
you knew the headlines was coming. Oh, the notorious greatest white guy of all time.
Rings.
Superhero. I told you he a white superhero.
Yeah, Brady can't do no wrong.
By the time he finished, he gonna be a white god.
Oh yeah.
They gonna take that. I don't know who that is in the picture of Jesus, white Jesus now, but it's gonna be Tom Brady soon.
But you know what? The only person that can fuck up that legacy is himself now, because he's literally like one of the most praised athletes.
And I honestly, outside of him being a Trump supporter, outside of football, I don't have a problem with him.
I don't either. I just hate the Patriots.
Right.
So you know why I hate the Patriots? They're like the Spurs of the NFL.
That's
and
exactly what they are.
I hate the San Antonio Spurs.
Hate the Spurs.
But shout out to Greg Popovich because he stand up for Colin Kaepernick too.
Yeah, he a goat. He really is a goat.
You can expect any white man who stand up for social injustice as well.
Yeah, he a real one.
But it was ass, man. And Steph had a Super Bowl party. And I'm totally disinterested into the game.
Listen, man, we had the dopest drinking game ever.
And I got full. And couldn't even. And I was like, Steph, bro, you could have told me a little sooner, I mean, you showed me the shit earlier, but by then I already had 2 plates of food.
If the Super Bowl was good, we wouldn't have gotten into that game. Right?
Yeah.
But the Super Bowl was so terrible, we was like, man, we got to do something this shit.
Something about the Super Bowl that is like, that I'm starting to hate every year.
What?
Motherfuckers talk about it every year, but don't ever put it in motion. Super Bowl parties. I was glad that you held one because, like, we asking where the party at. Everybody asking where the party at, but nobody else in the Super Bowl party. Nobody barbecuing. I'm like, do niggas do shit anymore? Like 4th of July? Niggas ain't barbecuing.
Man.
You know what niggas doing?
Yeah.
They driving down to Orlando.
Listen,
like,
it's real easy.
Gotta get
4th of July,
gatherings.
you gotta sit you about $200 aside for some liquor. Okay?
Yeah, man.
Then you find whoever you got, because we all know somebody with the stamps. All right, let's stop playing this game. We know somebody.
Yes, sir.
All right, just if you don't know who it is, one of your friends who got about
we
5
can excuse
kids.
them this time because they had a little government shutdown.
Oh yeah.
They was trying to save that shit. Trying to say that shit. You know what I'm saying? So we excuse them this year.
But we know who got 5, 6 kids. We know they got stamps. Ain't nothing to be ashamed of. Sliding their DM, be like, hey, how much? You know what I'm saying? Like, how much for 100? And then that's what see what the going prices is, and that's how you.
And this is not to promote any food stamp.
No, that is wrong. It is illegal.
It's illegal.
I have never done anything.
He's speaking allegedly.
Alleged. This is all alleged. Make believe. I'm just joking. Yeah, that's right. These jokes. I'm a comedian now.
But I'm saying is like there was no Super Bowl parties, bro, and it was like, damn. I remember growing up like. Our parents had parties for everything. Super Bowl, party. Fight, coming,
party. Oh, fight parties used to be the dopest. We don't do fight parties. But there ain't been no good fights either, though.
Niggas used to do parties over TV shows. Nigga Martin coming on tonight, party. Def Comedy Jam coming on tonight, party.
Ain't nothing like a Def Jam party, though.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they had parties for TV shows, my nigga. Like, we don't do shit. We just talk about it. We talk about how bad we want to be like how it used to be. All we do is talk, but nobody does shit. And I'll be like, man, this shit is whack. And I like my generation, but then I can't stand them at the same time.
So what you did for the Super Bowl?
Nothing.
You ain't do a damn thing.
Do you even watch football?
I didn't watch that.
Do you?
I did watch the halftime show, but I was.
Are you a football fan?
Question. Okay, cool. So what you think about Travis Scott's performance?
It sucked.
You gotta speak up a little bit.
It was trash.
All right. I just felt like, okay, because you kind of was selling out by performing at the Super Bowl, but I was like, I wasn't really trying to hold it against them or whatever. I'm not looking for Travis Scott as a civil rights leader or
it's certain people you think about when you hear him performing, you just know that.
Right.
I was surprised. Right.
But then I'm like, nigga, you sold your soul for this. This was terrible.
I mean, I don't think the performance was terrible. I just think it was hella mediocre. It was scheduled. Everything was on point. There was
Right.
no fuck ups. It was like Maroon 5 do their thing. Let me bring up Travis Scott. Did his
First of
thing
all,
out. Like
Shout out to Maroon 5 because they make
Yes.
quality music.
that's one thing I did.
They do.
When they started singing, I was like, I fuck with Maroon 5.
I've been to I fuck with Maroon
Yeah,
5.
but
they've been making music for
It was a mediocre
long time.
performance. There's nothing that made me be like, that's a hard act, the tough act to follow when you have Bruno and Beyonce, you know what I'm saying? And they made a big political stance. I guess people was looking for them to make a political
honestly,
stance.
No, I wasn't. I was just looking for sicko mode. And I thought he was going to bring
I thought
it,
it was
but
gonna
he
be
did.
bigger. He did.
I definitely
I thought it was gonna be
Drake
bigger.
No,
out.
he performed it, but he didn't. Yeah, I thought he was gonna bring Drake out.
Yeah,
I thought it was gonna be this big thing, like.
Right.
But it
Because
was
think
just
about
like,
it, Sicko Mode is one of the biggest songs that he
Right.
It's one of the biggest
It's
songs
a big
that
song
year.
right now.
So-
It's on.
Exactly. So I thought it was gonna be a little bit bigger, and I've seen Travis Scott perform, and I know how his shows are. So I thought it was gonna have a little bit more energy, and I thought he was gonna do just one more song probably, and it was just that one, and because they promoted his Maroon 5 and Travis Scott, so you think you're gonna see Travis do a little bit more than just
Like
Sicko
they didn't
Mode.
really interact much.
Yeah, exactly.
And also, I didn't like the mics when Big Boy was performing. The mic quality was terrible. Like I could barely hear him.
No,
I
one thing
thought
And the
was whack.
majority of the marching band was all white, which was like no discrimination, but
Yeah, you got so many marching bands out
you
there.
got so many like
You're in
got a-
Atlanta.
right.
You can
have
find
so
you about
many.
6 of them right there.
Right.
Right.
And
Or,
it's
you
like-
can always go to Florida, support my alma mater.
FAMU,
Get good old Marshall 100 out there.
Listen, I promise you, if you called FAMU the
would've
weekend of, they would have made a way.
And they done performed at the Super Bowl before, because they performed with Prince. And Prince did the Super Bowl.
Oh, that was
That was Marshall 100.
I didn't know that. I didn't know.
And
I
then
didn't know that.
they just, some of them performed with Beyonce at Coachella.
Oh yeah, they sure did.
I know somebody who was in that show. So, FAMU show out. But in Atlanta, you got all those black colleges and you didn't have no black marching band. One thing I can say, Big Boy tried to keep it as Atlanta as possible out there a lot.
Yeah,
he pull up in the whip.
Yeah.
He brought
Man.
Sleepy Brown.
Yeah.
I was just kind of disappointed I didn't see Andre 3000.
Right.
But Andre has been on this thing lately where he don't really, they're not touring no more.
Right.
And this is a group that can easily do a world tour right now. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just how important they were to hip hop, in my opinion. But it's just like, whatever thing they got going on, they're not doing no more concerts together. Like that's done.
I don't know, man, but it'll be great to see Andre. Can we get one more Outkast album?
No, you will
You
not.
cannot.
You will not.
That's like everybody that wanted a Wayne album, and they wanted a Wayne album, they wanted that album, and then he put it out, and it wasn't that great.
Well, you know what I can say about the Wayne album? Half of it is good.
Yeah.
Half of it,
But
if you
it
cut it in
wasn't
half of it would be a good
great.
album. No, but when you think about his last mixtapes, those haven't been great. And we love Wayne mixtapes.
Right.
I think the thing that killed this Wayne album, first of all, is too many songs. Motherfuckers don't have the attention span for an album that big no more. Then another thing, and then another thing is it sounded.
Yes.
Exactly.
We're living in a microwave society.
And
You gotta get with. That's one of the things. Yeah.
And then another thing is.
Can I be honest with you? The singles track.
What?
Where the Love Go.
No, I love that. That's the best song on the album. That's one of the best.
That means I'ma hate that album.
I love
I hate that album.
Hey, that's what made me like this shit, because as soon as I heard that, I was like, oh shit, they sampled off Special Delivery? Nigga, I went to Harlem Shake as soon as I heard that shit.
Man, that's what. So they did sample off.
That's what it sounded like, yeah.
Yeah, that was on Special Delivery.
Because listen, when I heard the song, I said, man, what the fuck they doing? I was like, this is like a early 2000s type Harlem Shake beat.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it really was an early 2000s Harlem Shake beat.
That's a big sample of Special Delivery. But that's the song I do fuck with. Yeah. So, and then it sounded dated. You know what I'm saying?
It was
obvious.
That's what I was going with.
It sat for a minute. I think the next project he put out is gonna be something.
Yeah, you keep putting faith in him, man.
I do, man, because Wayne is still.
Yeah,
I fuck
I'm
with
kind
Wayne,
of done
man.
with that.
Because I know Wayne still got it. Because I heard his feature on Nicki Minaj's joint.
It's not that he don't got
He
it.
still got it.
It's that he don't got it. It's that I expected more from him, especially with like the hype behind it.
I don't know if he can make that quality music that he used to make.
He can.
I think he can. I think it depends what producers he teams up with.
No,
Because think about it.
I think it's his lyrics.
Nah, man, think about it. His lyrics always been, if you go back and listen to the Carter, it wasn't like he was saying nothing too tough. It's just like, the beats, and everything is sounding
Go
great.
back to the Carter. What? He was sliding on the Carter.
But think about it, that was all Manny Fresh production too, mostly.
Well, what does that have to do with the lyrics?
I mean, no, it has a lot to do with it, dog.
Sometimes it has to do with the interaction and the vibe you get, like in the studio, probably.
Like, if you're gonna take a beat from 2005, right? You think you was gonna come murder it lyrically, you know what I'm saying? But you didn't.
Wayne literally had a song called "Best Rapper Alive" and didn't say shit.
That is true.
And it was hard as fuck.
It wasn't hard. I didn't like that song.
I like that song.
You know why I didn't like that song?
Why?
For that very reason. You called yourself the best rapper alive and you ain't say shit.
Hey, I fuck with the Carter 1 through 3. And now, when I go back to listen, I actually fuck with 4.
I don't.
4 was good.
But we keep having this conversation.
Yeah,
but
4
nah,
was good.
I'm good.
I had to go back and
Good,
listen to
love,
it. And I
and
was
joy.
like, you know what? I fuck with 4. You know who he had on that album? Andre 3000. That's the last time I heard.
Hold on. Andre 3000, and he had what's my man Tech 9. They were
Tech
on the
9,
song together.
yeah.
Wayne wasn't even on that
It
song.
was the intro. It was like the interlude type.
And it was the best song on the album.
No, it wasn't.
Easy.
No, it wasn't. You forget he had how to hate a bitch with T-Pain. That shit was hard. Then he had yeah, he had some joints on there, bro. That's the same song he had the joint. We had Drake on the hook. She Will. All that shit. He had some joints on there, bro.
Okay, but the Tech 9 and Andre was still the best song on there.
Nah,
They used that beat like three, 4 times on that album.
It was an interlude.
Right.
I don't agree with that.
But yeah, it was the best one.
Yeah, we could. I disagree.
Yeah, that's
You know what I'm saying?
exactly what y'all gonna have to do.
So I was reading an article, man, on the news, and I don't know how to feel about it. And I damn near was debating with somebody about it, which a woman, older woman,
Okay.
and about the Bill Cosby going to, they moving him to general population in prison.
Mm-hmm.
Now we know Bill Cosby, what's going on, what happened to him. He was sentenced 3 to 10 years, right? Which he'll probably only do 3 if he fucking survives.
Right.
And he's, throughout the process, he had problems with his eyes. He's damn near blind. And they had him segregated. They had him away from the general population. Now you putting this 81-year-old man in general population, giving him a mate, and you think he's going to survive in prison? This is a direct thing of him being black, I think. Because when you think about, you didn't put Martha Stewart in general population when she was in the, anybody who was white who got locked up for this many years.
Is Sandusky? Is Sandusky in general?
They ain't put none of them in general pop from what I know. So I was like, what
who
problem?
Sandusky is?
Yeah, so I was like, Bill Cosby in general pop, why? I mean, not only is he older in age, but he has health problems.
He does have a lot of health issues.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why that
It's
move, when you said that to me, I was like, huh?
That's food.
It just,
he's food right now, basically.
Right.
He's food right now. And so I guess for some people, they throw away the moral compass in this and be like, well, he was raping bitches, so he deserved whatever come to him.
Okay.
But keep that same energy with Harvey Weinstein and all the rest of these motherfuckers, CK, whatever his name is, CK Lewis or whatever, who's out there making jokes about what he did. And everybody give them a pass. But Bill Cosby, and then this was my argument. I said,
Keith Sutherland too?
That's what I'm like, all right, Bill Cosby wasn't even given a fair trial. Do I believe he was raping bitches? Yes, I do. But every bitch that came up there, no, I don't. Because you got to think about, when I think about a fair trial, right? There were some people, most of those girls that were on the stand was past the statute of limitations.
So they shouldn't have been able to.
So they shouldn't even been there in the first place.
Right.
And they're not even eyewitnesses. So what's the relevancy of having them on the stand?
Taint your character.
But all it was to taint the character. Now, if you have 50 chicks that's saying he raped, there's probably about a good 10 to 15 of them who really are telling the truth. Or more. You know what I'm saying? Where there's smoke, there's fire. So I don't believe he's squeaky clean, especially when he lost a civil suit to the shit, saying he gave a girl Quaaludes. But none of those girls, not the victim shame, were necessarily victims.
But to be honest with you, they talked about that too, about the Quaaludes, about that in the 70s. That was part of the culture.
Right.
Motherfuckers was doing those back in the day.
Now, hell yeah. But do I think he did most of this shit? Yes. But he wasn't given a fair trial. You send this man, 81 years old, to the prison system. We have several other white men that's accused of doing stuff of this nature, and they're kind of seeing the test of time right now, and Bill Cosby in there being thrown in the general pop. How do y'all feel about that?
It's all pass.
Yeah.
It's a pass.
It's a touchy subject.
Listen, I'm not even here to trying to plead his innocence. Like, let's just say he's guilty, right? Of everything being.
We can all agree that he's guilty.
Let's just say he's guilty of done. Let's go ahead and say he's guilty of 100% of everything he's done.
Okay.
He's 80 years old. First of all, you don't do me no good in the prison. You really don't.
Yeah, because we're really paying for it.
Right, we can't get no free labor out
You serve us no good. Then you put him in general population, and it makes me think you're just trying to kill him off.
Yeah,
and then when that's the thing, if you're going to give him, you couldn't give him the death penalty for what he's done. So what you're trying to do is you're essentially trying to kill him off,
right.
Which to me is not just, in any sense.
He's probably gonna get a heart attack.
You could have gave him where I'm looking for probation for the rest of his life.
I mean, I don't know. That's not me to judge what sentence he would have got. I think it was fair. The sentence they gave him was actually sort of fair.
Yeah, it was fair.
3 to 10 years. Okay,
he may get out by the end of this year.
He may
if he
not
don't
do 10. He probably will do that 3 and be out. But the thing is, like, I don't fear he got a fair trial. I don't fear that they treat him to the same way of they'll treat a white rich person that's in this in the same predicament. You know?
Of course not. He ain't white. He thought he was white for a second.
For 1 second.
They remind you.
I mean,
every nigga that thought he was white got reminded.
And you know I'm not defending Bill because Bill been against us for the longest.
I don't even like. I'm about to say, and then I'm saying it, and exactly. I'm saying these things. And keep in mind, I'm saying these as someone who don't even like Bill. Really, I really don't.
I don't, because he spoke about against our culture for the longest. Our generation.
Every time he had a chance.
So I don't feel sorry for him. But again, if you're gonna, I'm a person that believe in fairness. If you do this for this one person, you got to be fair across the board.
Facts.
And they're not doing it. And we just, again, are seeing what it's like to be black in America and what it's like to be white in America. There's certain things that, white people have the privilege of versus the black man. I mean, and that has no age limit.
I will say this too. Now, I agree. You do get discriminated against. However, it's like, I don't want to he actually is being discriminated against, but I don't want to sit up here and march over this because they'll be wasting our breath. I'm like, because he is a rapist at the end of the day, right? So it's like he is being, and the thing is, okay, because so many people have said this about white privilege isn't a real thing. White privilege isn't a real thing. Y'all not being targeted, but then Donald Trump just released a statement talking in a State of the Union address talking about the new prison reform bill and how blacks were disproportionately targeted. So on one hand, privilege ain't real, but on the other hand, systematic racism exists. How the two cannot coincide.
And it's very apparent too. I mean, I'm damn near, and that's the thing of a white person who's still saying this shit don't exist. That's just because that's their own ignorance. Because we've seen it in your face for how many years now, and you just turn a blind eye to it. The most
racist person on the planet admitted it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't get.
He probably don't even know he admitted it.
Right. But that's privilege. You get when you're privileged, you get to be kind of blank to shit you say.
Right.
Exactly. So
it looks like he's blank, so I'm sure he says so.
That'll bring me into my next topic, man, because we know it's February.
Okay. It's Black History Month, right?
And I don't know if y'all see my comments on Facebook, but I said, to sum it up, that we should do away with Black History Month, and we should incorporate African American studies and African American history into the school system.
American history.
No, African American history and African American studies, we should incorporate it by as low as elementary on up and make it a class that students have to pass, like your histories and your social studies, because I think that'll do us more of a justice of getting young people to learn about Black history as opposed to just giving us 1 month for us to complain every month about how it's not being celebrated the right way. I didn't see real African American history till I got to college. I literally took an African American studies class. and learned shit that blew my mind.
Well, one thing.
Huh?
But go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, and all throughout school, we're taught social studies, we're taught history, but it's always, history in the sense of what we learn in the system, the school system, is white history.
Right.
White people being great. White people being great.
Right.
Civil rights movement. Let's talk about MLK. Let's talk about Rosa Parks. White history. White history.
They won't give you. They won't give you Fred Hampton.
Yeah, they don't give.
They won't give you Angela Davis.
They
won't give you Malcolm.
Barely scratch the surface, depending on what school you go to.
It's watered down.
So what I'm saying is, and that's why I said, this may be a reach to some people, but when you look at what I'm saying, listen to what I'm saying. Black History Month is given to us in the shortest month of the year, right?
Right.
Then it's not being celebrated the right way.
Okay.
And we complain about it every year. I think it will do us more of a service to have it incorporated in the school system, so where it's mandatory that they learn this in order to pass. Just like your history and social studies. I think that'll do more for the culture, more for our youth, as opposed to just 1 month.
May I speak?
Go ahead.
Why we can't have both?
If it's celebrated.
You get what I'm saying? Why can't we have both? Like I said, we were specifically, when you had something specifically done to you, you have to have something specifically done for you. Okay? So you can give us the month. But we keep separating Black history from American history, right?
Which is the problem.
Which is the problem, because a lot of this shit, like D-Day wouldn't happen if it weren't for the Tuscaloosa soldiers who dropped the bomb. They were the only ones who could do it. We don't. You see how they'll talk about D-Day as a defining moment in American history, but will leave us out. You see what I'm saying? That is the problem. We are American history. Like you said last episode, we physically built this fucking country.
Yeah.
How you gonna leave us out of it?
Exactly.
That is the problem.
And that's
no. American history ain't the problem. It's the school books. It's the separation of the history. Telling your children every day how great white man is.
Right. And that's why I say I think they need to associate it to where you do incorporate this into the school system. I was reading an article where I don't know what school districts are, they're going to make this worldwide, but they're incorporating LGBTQ history into school systems.
And we don't even got Black history in
we don't even have Black history in the school books. Now, this is not me hating on LGBTQ history.
Oh, this is me hating on it.
No, the reason why I say I don't hate on it, the reason why I say I don't hate on it, I don't think it should be incorporated into the school system. And the reason why I say that is because I think it's too influential to young people right now. I'm not saying that there's young people out there in high school or middle school that don't
listen. You gonna sit up here. We gonna sit up here and pretend like these programs with every single show, kids shows included, where there's a gay character in there. You mean to tell me that don't influence no child, no asexual children are being influenced?
Bert and Ernie.
But we didn't know that they were supposed to be gay.
Who knew Bert and Ernie was gay?
That?
I just found out just this second. That's when I found out.
Nobody was supposed to. Nobody knew that.
Blew my mind because I had no idea.
Yeah. So this is the thing. So like I said, the reason I'm not mad about that because, and I stated this point on Facebook as well. I said to play devil's advocate, I can't be wrong. I can't be mad at what the LGBTQ community has gotten because they damn near formed in solidarity to have this stuff done for them. That's one thing we haven't done. We wait till tragedy strikes and then it's an uproar.
You're right.
It's an uproar.
You're right.
But all this stuff we want pushed through and we can't unite for that when there's no tragedy.
But listen,
that's our fault.
But at the same time, right? Every time we come out and we do form, right? It's like, oh, y'all at it again. Y'all complaining again. Y'all got something else. And they don't hear us, period.
Right. I agree.
So like it happens so much that the people who would listen don't even listen no more.
I agree.
Like every week we get to sit up here and talk about black shit because there's always some shit being done to us black people. Like the shit with Gucci. If we wanted to do a show based on the shit that happens to black people, the racist shit done to black people,
will last so long.
We would never get done.
Exactly. But and I feel a part of it is just America that's fucked up. That's the majority of the problem, and then the minority of the problem is us. Because, like I said, we don't fight until like tragedy strikes or something that's so detrimental affects us all. Like, where's the solidarity when it comes to fighting for this shit any other time? Now, there's some marginalized groups that do. But for the most part, all of us, what is it? It's a hashtag for a week or two. Right. And then we back to talking about other shit. that has nothing to do with
Talking
helping
about
push the
$40
culture.
again.
You know what I'm saying? A man making how much a year?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so we on to the next
A
thing.
nigga who
So,
make $12 an hour could never raise his voice at me.
yeah, so it's like the shit that we pick and choose to be important to us is a problem. And so, you know, that's something that has to be pushed by us, because it seems like they ain't gonna do shit for us until we keep on fucking pissing them off. Like they throw little shit at us so we can be quiet and be satisfied, and we fall for it.
But
You know
we
what I'm saying?
have, I think we have systems. I do think we have the tools to do so. I just think we're not doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
We have the power. Think about it, man. Think about the black buying power into these brands, right?
that's it.
Then let's talk about how much of our influence, right?
I was about to go. That's exactly where I was going.
And then
with.
let's think about our culture and how much it means for the dollars of these big brands.
Right.
Like, think about it. Bird Box, right? Netflix movie. That shit gained traction as being one of the biggest movies on Netflix, not because of white people, not because of Sandra Bullock being great. It's because black people
Yeah, we watched the hell out of that.
did this promotion for free.
That's
We got
how-
on here
yeah.
and talked about it on Facebook and ranted about it and did the promotion for them for free.
We did the same thing to Black Panther.
Yeah, but that was for us, in a sense. You know what I'm saying?
In a sense, but it still was for Disney.
Right. But we're the biggest promoters of shit for our culture, but we don't get nothing.
I will
from
say
it.
this. I will say this because they did donate $1 million to the Boys and Girls Club in
Well, you know,
California.
you know I fuck with Marvel.
So
Marvel has always kind of been for the culture.
So
you know
now,
what I'm saying?
now the movie grossed 1.5 million. People
Yeah.
talking about some. Oh, they only gave 1 million. I'm like, nigga, that's
Oh
a million.
my
That's $1
God.
million more dollars than I
And
gave.
that goes back to
so
the
I
last,
can't say
that's
shit.
the last episode where I was saying, when we do get something in our favor, it's like we're not satisfied. But you know why? It's because we've been getting fucked over for so long. You give us something, you think we just.
Well, I say this too because I just seen a news article where a guy was wrongfully in prison for 37 years. He went to court and they gave him $1 million.
Well, you know,
Now I'm thinking, shit, only $1 million?
Well, you know,
now, that's what I'm thinking. You know what I'm saying?
You know, there's a lot of stuff behind that, because you know each state has laws depending. There's some states that when that happens, you can be part and the governor will be like, oh, you know, I apologize, but some of them don't even get money. And there's a organization that's behind getting wrongfully accused prisoners out of prison. It's called the Innocence Project, and their organization is built towards helping them. But some of these states they're not granted their money or enough. I mean, there's no money that can be equivalent to what they suffered.
Right.
But there's some states by some laws they don't even get that money, and in some of them the process is so long.
But that's why they have civil suits.
Yeah.
Right.
But
Just file a civil suit.
yeah, but some of this stuff, it's such a long of a process that when the money's granted, these prisoners that was wrongfully locked up has died. So that's a whole nother spill of how that shit goes. Because it varies state to state.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but I was like, man, my man only got 1 million. Now, keep in mind, if I'm actually him, I'm like, well, I do got $1 million, so I'm not totally mad.
But that gets
But
taxed.
but you know what I'm saying? But exactly.
Get
So
taxed.
and I don't know what state he in because that could be half of what he.
Right.
They could literally take
Right,
half of that.
half of it.
It's going back to the same people who imprisoned you.
Right.
Wrongfully
I feel
imprisoned
like
you
you
for
should
37
get
years.
at least a certain amount for every year.
Right. I mean, at
wrongfully.
least
And it shouldn't be taxed.
give me land.
and each
Give me my 40 acres and a mule, literally.
yeah.
Give me land.
Like I said,
They're not
it
doing
varies
that.
state from state, man.
That's why they gotta pay all the Native Americans now.
Yeah, think about how many people that are wrongfully accused that's in prison. Not just black men, but minorities. Period.
Though,
It'll blow your mind.
you know what? That takes me to the next subject. Because about Liam Neeson.
Okay.
But of course, the racial comments or whatever about him looking for a random black guy for a week because his white female friend told him that she had been raped by a black guy.
Yeah.
Now, that is the most ancient lie told by a white woman, and it's been going I'm not saying that she is lying. I'm not saying she's telling the truth either. But I can't tell you how many black men have been lied on by white women about being raped. That has literally gone on since I don't know how long. That's like one of the oldest tricks in the book. I get caught with a black guy. Hey, Dad, he was raping me.
Yeah. But that's not even the angle I was gonna take, man.
It just all it did was made me think about it.
The angle when I'm looking at it, I felt indifferent, cause I think it was how he was talking when he said it. Because we all have had that feeling of when something's done to us, we kind of feel like revengeful. Like, you ever remember watching like a movie like Roots, or watching what was the movie? Michael.
12 Years a Slave.
Stuff like that, or there was a movie with Michael B. Jordan that was based on a guy.
Oh, you talking about
Fruitvale Station, right? You see something like that, you see that, and you automatically be like, "Fuck white people."
Oh, I thought you were going.
You know
I thought you were going with Nat Parker when he made.
Yeah, but you see stuff like that. You see us being done wrong, and it puts you in a hateful mood. Like, fuck, I wish a white person would run up.
Birth of the Nation, how you mad as fuck?
Like, so when he said what he said, I was kind of like, if this is your friend and it's somebody who means something to you, she was raped by a black man, and you both are white, I can see how you probably have this blinder on you. It was just frustration. When we frustrated, we don't see well. But
and didn't this happen in Ireland?
I don't know. Probably he's Irish.
Yeah. I think it happened in Ireland.
But think about it.
And then he said, waiting for him to come out of a pub, so that definitely might be.
But kind of scared.
Then think about this though. When you hear the audio of it, he said he still sounded passionate about it. He was like, I couldn't wait for a black bastard to come out of.
Well,
that's when I was like, whoa.
Did you hear the audio? Did you see the video? Because the video he uses quotations. The black bastard. That's what when he used the quotation, he was letting you. When you see him use the quotation, he was letting you know his thought process at that time, like black bastard, like that's
right. Like,
but
like he understand.
The audio of it sound crazy. It was like, hold up, my nigga, like.
But at the same time, I heard somebody say this. We don't take it serious because it was Liam Neeson, the guy from Taken. If it was Tom Hanks who would have admitted to the same shit, would we have took it serious?
Tom Hanks too. He gave us Toy Story.
I know, but if Tom Hanks had said that, we'd be like, I mean, we'll beat your bitch ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Neeson, man, I was just like, I don't know, man. I feel indifferent about it. I was like, partly I see what his mindset is. Like, something's done to your people or somebody close to you, you kind of feel like a hatred temporarily for that, that group or whatever.
I say this too. I say this too, right? I've read so much on Black history. Mm-hmm. I've been angry at white, right? Mm-hmm. Never have I once, ever, went looking around for a random white person to beat. Ever. Let alone kill.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Kill.
I've never done that now.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like that.
So when I was looking,
and I got more to be mad about.
Yeah, definitely. Exactly. So I'm looking at it, I'm like, he doesn't get a pass on this one. Like, I see where his mindset was when he said it, but I was like, you still don't get a pass.
I'm not looking for, I don't think it's about giving a pass. I think it's about opening up real dialogue and how people really think.
And why should people even get a pass?
I don't even think it means nothing though, to be honest with you. Because it's like this. He's honest. He was being dead honest.
He was.
Right?
He was.
And that's we have to start the dialogue and because you understand, white people, they hate black people too, right? So where is it coming from? What is your mindset? How do you get to this point? Because we see all these hate crimes against black people. We're like, where did this derive from?
It comes from being taught. Hate is taught. It's learned behavior.
And then my only thing was, he said, I'm not racist. That wasn't a racist thing. I'm like, yeah, it was racist. That's my only problem.
And that's the thing. He doesn't think it's racist. That's the problem. That he doesn't think it's racist.
Said in the famous words of D.L. Hughley, white people don't get to decide what's racist.
Right.
Okay, because they've done a bad job at deciding it for so long.
Yeah, and somebody tweeted this, and this is why I feel different about it. They said that Liam Neeson is a George Zimmerman who didn't get to meet the Trayvon Martin. Yeah. And when they said it, to put it, what were you gonna say?
No, it's funny you said that because I was thinking that when I was going over this whole subject, because I was listening to, because I remember with Trayvon Martin, I remember the phone call when Zimmerman was on the phone. He said, "I'm not gonna let this one get away." Right. As if like something traumatic. Like in his head, he's that last guy.
Right.
Or the guy he actually had a problem with.
Pretty much.
So in his mind. The same thing with Liam Neeson, but like you said, Liam Neeson never met his guy.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So that's why I kind of feel different about it, because it's like, should there be outrage? Yes, It's not being blown out of proportion for no reason, but at the end of the day, you got outrage, but this guy came up there and he's giving you his perspective. Thank God he didn't find nobody to do this to.
Listen.
But it's like, where to go from here?
There you go, right? Because if we're in a world where we can never forgive them, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, part of the problem is Americans being too black people being too forgiving, right?
Yeah.
And it's like we don't know who to forgive and who not to forgive. Honestly.
Facts.
We don't know who to trust. We can't tell a bad white person smiling in our face from a good one. You know what I'm saying? So you're right. It's just murky waters, but it does.
Do we stop watching his movies? Do we stop supporting stuff? Like, where do we go from here?
But it does open dialogue.
It opened a great dialogue.
You know what I'm saying?
When we think about not even just black people, Americans, humans, there's natural revenge we have when something bad happens to us or somebody is close to us. We feel that we have to right this wrong.
But I say we getting on Liam Neeson about this black people, but shit, the same thing happened to Arabic people. Arabic people, like after the bombing,
right?
Not even Arabic, just Persians. Yeah. People who not even from Iraq were getting killed. We're getting killed in hate crimes.
And we call it racism.
In straight ignorance.
Right. So it's like out of the hatred of what happened.
Right.
You know, so it's like the problem is like I said, it did open up a great dialogue, something we have to address.
Is he the first of his kind? No.
No, not at all. Because there's some people who did meet that black dude outside the pub and it went down.
Right.
You know what
and some of them, in some people's cases, it was the Arabic guy with a turban.
Right.
They met that guy.
So it's a bigger problem than just that. And then we have people that, you know, if we could have this intellectual or intelligent conversation, you have a motherfucker like Michelle Rodriguez that tweets out, "Oh, he's not racist." Okay, if you want to defend him, you say he's not racist, cool. But then her reasoning, he's not racist because the way he kissed Viola Davis in a movie proves he's not racist. And I'm like,
you hear me?
First of all, we really don't fuck with you. If you wasn't in Fast and Furious, you know, we wouldn't fuck with you.
To me, in my mind, she's like, what's the guy named, the Republican's last name, Cruz?
Ted Cruz?
Ted Cruz. A white Spanish guy.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? You white, but like somehow this white person, this Spanish person has been able to morph himself into a racist white person.
Right.
Like, that's what you are.
It be a lot of Cubans like that.
Yeah.
It's a lot of Cubans that are Republicans.
Right.
And they are
and
racist.
that's actually very true.
Yeah.
That's very true, especially in Miami.
Especially in Miami.
Because I think I already know, but what's your nationality?
Puerto Rican.
You just straight Puerto Rican.
Yes.
And so y'all are like, like being black to us.
Well, our ancestors are Native Americans. Pretty much, we have like our own. And then we have Spaniard and black, because the Spaniards had brought African Americans over to Puerto Rico and enslaved us with our people, and pretty much turned it into their land and enslaved us in it. And that's why you still have some of the darker skinned Puerto Ricans, because they went to Vieques and hid in the mountains. I got
a homeboy who's Puerto Rican, and matter of fact, he worked with me. He was telling me, it was like, man, and I was just, I was talking about the same shit we been talking about on here, and I was like, man, if they see you, they gonna look at you like me, like me.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, I know. He's like, I know I'm from Puerto Rico, but I understand I have African descent. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much what it is.
Yeah, but there's some Spanish people who don't want to be associated with black people.
Right.
No,
There's
really
that too.
They'll be like, no, you from here. I'm from here. Like, they'll tell you, like, there's some ones that don't associate with our culture at all.
That's because black has been made a negative thing. Black has been made to mean dirty, unpure, criminal, all this stuff, while white means the exact opposite. So you got, like I said, you got a lot of Spanish people who want to hide and be white. They have the same racist white views, talking about some build the wall or some goofy shit.
And you gonna be the first one out.
Yep, because they still see y'all as niggas. You know what I'm saying? So that's just where we go with that. What else you got for me, Steph?
What you mean what I got for you?
You got something else for me, right?
About this?
Yeah.
About her goofy ass?
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay. So I can't help when she said the thing about the tongue kissing, Viola Davis, I got so mad because it's like you think one has to do with the other. Like someone could be in this world, 2019, be her age and be so ignorant, right? As if like, does not everybody know about the slave owners raping the slave women? Mm-hmm. Everybody don't know about that. Does everybody not understand how when you trace back our ancestry, 64% of the time, only 64% of the time, if you trace back our father's father, it comes back black 64% of the time.
And the last names come from slave. That was the family's name.
Exactly.
The slave owners had the last name.
We all got slave owners' name. You know what I'm saying? So if you go, like, keep in mind, like I said, this 64% of the time, when you go back to your father's father and you go back in time, you'll find a European. That's how African American is, right? So that means, what, about 36% of the slave owners were raping the women?
Probably.
You see what I'm saying? Probably more than that. But it's probably just been filtered down a little bit. But yeah, it's probably more than that. You're right.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of proof in the pudding that you can hate a race but still fuck them.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like it comes down to it.
And I still say the same thing today. I be telling sisters, hey, don't be messing with that white boy. And I don't say that like because I hate white people. I'm saying that because like a lot of these white boys looking at you as exotic. Is he for the culture? Is he down? You know what I'm saying? Is in the words of Killer Mike, is he a John Brown? If you don't know who John Brown is, John Brown was a guy who literally who went to Kansas when Kansas was a free state. It was literally where the term battlegrounds comes from. You hear them talk about it. Oh, this is a battleground state. Whether they talk about Republican and Democrat, that means it's a toss-up. But back then, a battleground state literally means they were battling, fighting, dying, killing people for whether it's going to be a free state or a slave state. In Kansas, it was Jim Brown, him and his 3 sons. Him and his 3 sons died so blacks can have freedom. Literally.
No, I'm not saying
if you ain't down for the cause like that, then you need to keep it moving.
That's kind of extreme though, because like
maybe it is, but maybe your morals ain't where they should be.
And I'm gonna tell you,
you think it's extreme.
Nah, I don't agree. The reason why I say I think it's kind of extreme because if you're a white boy who dates a black girl, you don't have to be just willing to die for all rights or whatever. But acknowledge them. Understand that this is what it is. And
but you get married. But you get married, and then you have black children. Now you have a responsibility.
Because that's your children. That's your children. Nobody's gonna care about their children as much as you as the parent.
Now, if you like you say, if you just have a black girlfriend and you've fulfilled you sold your roll oats and you go back to white women, sure, you're right. You don't have to have that. You don't have to have that.
No, I just feel like if you're gonna be white and you want to be a part of our culture, right? Acknowledge what goes on in our culture. Be aware of what's going on with the culture and understand what's going on with the culture. Now, do I expect you to get out there and fight for us? That's not your responsibility, but if you do, great. But don't sit up and turn a blind eye and act like it doesn't go on. That's what I'm saying.
I'm telling you, if y'all ever see me marry a white woman, she gonna be the wokest white woman ever.
I mean, yeah, we'll want that, but do I want her to stand up and fight every black battle? Probably not.
Sure, why not?
But she will. She will for you.
I will.
It'll be great to have a white girl who's down. If you're gonna have a white girl, it'll be great to have one who's down. Who wouldn't want that? If you're gonna date outside your race, make sure they down with the culture. That's the problem. A lot of girls go out here and they'll that's a whole nother topic.
But look, they a lot of times they want somebody who is not of the culture, right? Because if you were to date somebody out the culture, and if you were to date a white boy and he's basically like a nigga already, it's like, what's the difference? Might as well get a real Tyrone.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
There's so many things I could apply to that. It's like a woman who wears a strap on.
What?
And girls would choose.
What?
And women would choose to be with that. And women would choose that gay girl with a strap on when they could just be with a real nigga.
Nah, it's like
I think I get what that is.
I know what I'm saying, but that went way.
I know, but when I was like, there's so many ways you can apply that.
Like you went low.
There's so many ways you can apply that. It's like, why get you a white boy that's gonna have black men? You could just have a black man.
Right.
It's just like saying like, why would you date a woman that's gonna wear a strap on and dress like a boy when you can just go get you a real nigga? You know what I'm saying?
It's a lot of nights heated right, goddamn it.
It's a fantasy. It's like they be getting their strap on stuff to my, oh, yeah, deep up that. Like they feel something. Let me stop, bro. I just don't get it, dog.
What?
I don't know.
You been watching? Nah, hold on.
No, I've literally done seen it.
What kind of porn you been
I done
watching?
seen it. I done seen like.
Yeah, I done seen porn where they do that. They definitely do that.
She's acting like she's feeling it.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I know I'm off topic, but that's where I just thought of when you said, why be one you got a real thing? I just automatically thought about that. Dykes don't fight me. And I don't even think that's a
They definitely, and they using dykes.
Yeah, my bad.
Like, that's like using the F word.
Yo, I'm sorry. Let's move on.
But let me address this Gucci shit real quick though. Is anybody surprised?
No.
From what I've gathered, it don't seem like niggas are surprised.
Hey, you don't think they'll learn? Come on, man. Coolest monkey in the jungle.
Right. You see what I'm saying?
You didn't learn your lesson from them.
That situation, I mean, with that situation, his mom didn't even have a problem. So it's like everybody else is like trying to like, figure out like why they did this.
Yeah,
and then his mom
yeah.
was like, oh nah, it's cool. We knew about it and
like because she turned it on. She let him wear it. You know what I'm saying? Ultimately, it was her choice.
Right.
Now, she made H&M look bad for really was her decision. She could have been like, I know me, I've been like, nah, my son ain't wearing no shit that say monkey, coolest monkey, nothing. You know what I'm saying? But that was her choice ultimately because she's like, she probably wasn't thinking too deep into it.
And with this whole Gucci situation, people gonna still wear it. People are still, they gonna forget about it in about a month. And then it's back to the next thing.
Listen, I don't have no problem with niggas wearing Gucci. I don't have no problem with niggas wearing shit that you paid for. Nigga, you already paid for it. If you burn it in protest,
I ain't burning my Gucci bag.
Nothing. You know what I'm saying? Keep your bag.
Right. I mean,
keep your
sell it.
Keep all your apparel. Right. If anything, sell it to a white person. If anything, or sell it to a black person with absolutely no culture. Just old Uncle Tom Coon ass nigga. But anybody.
But we gotta think.
Like a Candace Owens.
We work
or
for races.
Paris.
We all work for. We may not work for a company whose CEO or COO or founder is not a racist, but the majority of them, they're old. They have old mentality, like old way mentality.
Most Fortune 500 companies have been around for hundreds of years.
Exactly.
Right. So you can't go to the 1800s and tell me about somebody who wasn't racist. Like,
right, because literally, like slavery ended how many years ago?
I don't
like
give
60?
them no pass. Fuck Gucci. And you know why? It's like
I'm not giving them a pass either.
Yeah, I'm not giving a pass because like there's so many people that could have overseen this before it got out. You got the model. The model could have been like, "Yo, I'm not comfortable wearing this." You got the web designer. You got the web designer. The people that put this on the website.
And you know what the thing is? Like these companies are from overseas, from Europe.
Right.
Like that's their mentality, and you have to understand that clearance, like that marketing or however they did it before it even went out and the pictures went out. It has to be cleared.
See, listen.
Like it has to be cleared. That design had to be cleared to get manufactured.
When you're racist and you have privilege, you get to be oblivious to being racist.
They don't think about it.
The blackface is offensive.
But you remember? I don't know if you remember, but maybe this happened last year with Prada. Prada had like a little keychain or something that.
Yeah.
And what happened? It had it was fire for like maybe like a week or two, maybe like a month after. Nobody brought it up. People still out here wearing Prada sneakers and clothes and stuff, and it's just like the same thing's gonna happen with this Gucci thing, which is unfortunate because then it's just like people keep letting it die down.
I feel like black people will be so strong when we finally
come together.
When we stop being slaves to brands.
Right.
Like, oh man,
why everything gotta have a label?
I gotta get that Balenciaga shoes look like orthopedic sneakers. Why the fuck are y'all niggas wearing them?
Big bulky sneakers.
Yes. You can't tell me, oh, you flashy, but you was just clowning the nigga who needed those same type of shoes because they was having foot problems.
I'm not wearing.
And
I'm
this is
not
the
wearing
thing,
those.
man. I don't think these brands are so culturally clueless that they don't know that shit's.
No, they know what they're doing.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. There's so many people that this has a filter through before moving on.
Okay.
All right. Oh man.
Jeez.
Yeah, that was hard.
And I was in between.
So, okay.
What's up, Mama? You came in. Come here. Huh?
Okay. Yeah. How long do you see yourself being single until you meet the right one?
Well, I've
speak on
never
this, Nick?
seen myself getting married.
You don't see yourself getting married?
I don't see myself getting married. I don't want to have children.
I've seen you say
It's
that
just-
a million
yeah.
times. I really believe you when you say it. 'Cause
Yeah,
it seems like every month we get a post from her about that.
Well, I ain't trying to change your mind, so go ahead.
Right. I mean, I don't know. It's just, I've never seen myself. You know how some girls, like, growing up, well, you, but I'm just saying, like, women in general, like, little girls growing up, they're always like, oh, I'm going to get married. I'm going to have children. And I'm like, I never saw myself saying that, like, oh, I want to have kids, I want to get married and stuff. It's just something that I've never, like, looked at as a goal of mine.
Okay. All right, that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if I meet someone along the way and then something happens and then they want children and I can, then I wouldn't have a problem. But I don't want to put that on this, like, pedestal.
Like it's not a life goal.
Right. It's not. But if it happens, it happens. But it's not something that I aspire for.
You don't want nobody to be with for the rest of your life.
What about you, sir?
I'll be fine by myself.
You've been single for a
You
long
could
time.
be
nigga.
old and single for the rest of your
See,
life.
this nigga trying to pass it back to you. Boy, you've been single for a long time.
I know I have though, but it hasn't been because, dude, necessarily just myself. We have to look about the climate that we're in right now.
I mean,
Our generation is pretty fucked up.
Yeah, I don't want my kids being raised around with some of
It's
these
a
bad
lot.
children.
Listen, we are producing a lot of good women.
There are.
This generation.
But I
producing a lot of
told
good
we
women.
spoke about this previous.
That's why
episodes.
nigga keep cheating, man. So many good women out there, man.
Can't make up my mind.
Well, why don't you be single and date around?
Too many good ones. I can't make up my mind. Which the one for me?
Why not
I'm
date
joking.
around?
It's a joke. It's a joke.
That's
It's
what I
a
hate.
joke.
I hate men like that. Like, date around. Don't just lock some women down and be out here trying to find another good
do not
woman.
hold it. Don't hold me to that. I'm just joking.
But this is the thing, bro. Like, we do produce a lot of great women. Think about it. Right now, we have black women that's getting more degrees, that's leading in degrees in these colleges.
Right.
They're intelligent. There's black women out there that's single. But where the fuck are they? We know they're out there. But where are they?
Sometimes you gotta switch it up. Go
They
to the
homebodies.
library.
They're homebodies.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
they're probably in the library.
What did you say earlier? You don't do new friends. You
I
meet
don't.
new people.
I really don't. I mean, I have. I just have this thing about like meeting new
Exactly.
people,
Think about
and
how
then trying
many-
to get to know them, and they just not maybe who they.
You're not the only one that has this mindset either.
Like I'm not opposed to opening, but you gotta be careful. You
I
gotta
think there's women that's not social, women that don't want to meet new people, women that are homebodies, women that don't even make themselves approachable, women that don't want to be approached, women who necessarily don't see themselves in a relationship just like you.
Ooh, did he call you out or did he call you out?
And
I don't care, 'cause I own my shit.
and saying that this is the group of women that are single that we have to pick by that are quote unquote the good girls. Don't you think that's kind of tough?
I mean, I feel like everyone is, I guess, has the person they're supposed to be with. So if it's not someone that, let's say, if it's, you're thinking of like, oh, the woman may be here or there, but you got to think about it. Maybe the person that men look for is right in front of them and they're ignoring them, trying to find somebody else.
We can say that same thing about y'all.
Exactly, but my thing is, I can be single,
It's
and
like
I
a bus.
said I have no problem being single. I have no problem being by myself for the rest of my life. But if for some reason someone comes into my life and that ends up being the person that I see myself like, oh, I can really spend the rest of my life with this person, even if we don't have children together. Because I may meet the person I'm supposed to be with at 60.
You know why you may not meet him, yes?
I do get out the house.
You want to know why though? That man, you just how you said that person can be right in front of you and you ignore it. Think about how many men you done shut down when you disabled your DMs on Facebook. They could have been one of those right there. That could have been the guy just for you.
No,
but
they were not.
You weren't following. You wasn't looking at your DMs.
None of them were mine. mine because they
How
were
would you know?
literally cussing me out.
Them
Why are
niggas
you
is
cussing me?
passionate.
No,
Niggas
why
is
are you
sensitive
cussing
too.
me out?
Because you
Why are you cussing?
It's a study that showed. I forgot where I read this shit. I don't even know how true it is, but I'm just gonna say what I seen. And it said men when we get rejected, we take it as disrespect.
And start cussing people out in DMs.
And like a disrespect directly to our manhood, and us lashing out is how we respond or whatever to make themselves feel better.
It makes y'all go to the bottom of the barrel.
But think about it. Have you ever seen a woman get rejected? Women don't deal with rejection well.
I accidentally rejected a chick, and
What'd she do?
She went off.
Like how? Like was it face to
In
face?
the DMs.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
Yes.
I wasn't even rejecting her.
You were just like, I'm not interested.
No, it was like this. She said, hey Steph. I was like, hey, what's up? She'll never DM me, so it was weird. So she was like, I've always had a crush on you since middle school.
Oh, okay.
I said, me? Really? She said, yes, nigga, goddamn. What the Whoa!
She's aggressive.
Now think about it, yes. Think about what you're saying right now, right? And you meet that person and you do think it's for you and you really want to pursue being with them.
We would have to be friends for a long time.
But think about it, and you finally build up the courage to shoot your shot and that man tell you no.
Well, I'll get the vibe. If I don't get no vibe, it's not gonna happen.
Some people you probably don't even think is interested in you may be interested in you.
No, because I know how to communicate. And I'll just
they don't.
They don't.
Oh well.
It's a two-way street.
Oh well, and if it just don't work, it don't work. Bye. Okay, find me somebody.
You be like, I'm light skinned, somebody else will want me.
No, it's not even about that. But I mean, I don't know. All I can say is that no, I'm tired of getting cursed out of my DM because I don't, respond to something that I don't have an app on my phone. If you tired of it, then respond. I don't have an app on my phone.
You said it yourself. That guy could be right under your nose.
Well,
it'd be right there in your DMs. That's the new under your nose. You know that, right?
I don't want nobody approaching me through no DM. Approach me at church.
Where else?
What church you go to?
Church?
Celebration.
Oh, you go to Celebration for real? What service? It's like 20 services in it.
Whoa, don't do it. Usually they have like the 9 a.m. service, 9:30 service.
And it be over by 10:30.
Yep.
Hi.
Hey, that's
in a church like 20,000 people.
Because it's all praise and worship. It's like legit praise and worship to like.
Listen. They got this badass pianist, dog, and he sounds just like a buddy from Nickelback. He be killing it. Hey, listen.
It's legit praise and worship for like until like 10.
He came out and he'll preach for about 20 minutes, and then you spend the next 10 minutes trying to exit.
Because it's a concert.
No, it's praise and worship, and I mean,
praise and worship ultimately.
Right, but it's wonderful music.
It is wonderful.
Yeah, you should download their album. Like if you listen to.
They got a mixtape?
No, they got an album. Celebration Worship. Look them up. They have really good songs, and they do perform.
I will say this:
too.
I have nothing against Celebration Church, but I didn't feel like I never felt like I was at home.
I had somebody else. I took somebody to church with me, but they were the spawn of Satan. So
I'm not saying nothing bad about church.
No, that's fine. But I had somebody else go with me one time just to like invite them because their spirit was kind of like dark.
Guy, female.
It was a male, and like his spirit was real dark. So I was just like, I don't really like to preach the word of God to people because everybody's usually like, eh. But I was like, hey, if you want to come to church with me, you can come. This is the time that I go. I'll pick you up. And then afterwards, we can get something to eat. And he sat down the whole entire time. And usually, once praise and worship is over, they tell you like, hey, turn to your neighbor, just shake their hand.
So you knew he was the devil because he ain't turned to his neighbor.
Hey! He did not turn to his neighbor. He just sat there the entire time, and I was so embarrassed because I'm like,
listen, nobody turns to their neighbor more than black churches. Okay, so that's one thing my pastor always say, man. He said, we gonna do that a lot here. So I suggest you sit by somebody you like.
he just sat there, and I was so embarrassed because I'm like, dang. And then like some guy came like behind him and like tapped him like this and was like, welcome, like. And he was just looking like, he didn't even stand up. I think that's the rudest thing where you're sitting down and somebody's standing up and like they come to like approach you to speak and you don't have the respect to stand up and make eye contact and like shake their hand. I was like, oh.
I don't know, man, because I do be sitting, when people come down, I'm like, hey, man, what's going on? I
I'm
shake their
saying
hand,
like,
I'm not getting up.
I'm saying
to do
like
all
if you're
that.
like at church or like if you're at like a business setting or something like that, get up, make eye contact, shake your hand. You know, just I'm weird about shaking hands because people. I done seen some nasty stuff.
I got a question. What if a dude really try to shoot a shot in church? You really gonna holler at him?
I mean, like, yeah, let's go to Bible study. I mean,
So
we got a coffee area at my church, so you know we can go get coffee before a service.
They do have a coffee area.
They definitely.
She's not lying.
But they gonna shoot their shot in church. Do you know?
I don't want to do that.
I don't think they'll shoot their shot. I don't think they'll shoot their shot like how you would shoot your shot like if you were out like at a club setting. I think it would be more completely different.
I don't want to meet no woman in the club.
Yeah, that's
by far I don't. Now if I see a baddie and she look like she's sophisticated, she just there because she with her friends and maybe. But I don't really want to meet a woman in the church. But think about it. If you don't see a woman in a social setting, in a grocery store, somewhere that you go in your day to day, most women you're gonna see is gonna be either at work or social media.
Oh, no.
And we kind of don't want to meet women on social at work either. That's a slippery slope.
Oh no, no work dating.
I don't. Hell no.
I did it one time. It was terrible.
I ain't even gonna get into that. All right, so check this out. One thing I don't like approaching women when they got their children.
That's another thing. When they out, you know, I don't either. So it's kind of like, when do we have? Think about the limited time we have.
I've been approaching a grocery store, but you're working and.
How often y'all be in the grocery store? Goddamn.
I go every morning. Every Sunday morning.
Hold on.
Every
Farmers
Sunday
market?
No. I either go to Publix or Walmart, and I'm not telling you which one.
But think about the chances of the guys that want to shoot their shot. Think about the chances of the guys that want to shoot their shot.
Right.
And niggas gonna be posted up by the fruits and vegetables like.
Niggas more likely to see you post on Facebook than he is to see you in a grocery store.
And unfortunately, I don't got Messenger, so you gonna be mad.
Nigga, I'm finding what Instagram is. Goddammit.
I'm a shoot.
And the thing with that, I don't have
status.
Like like my phone, you've noticed it has not like came up or nothing. I have all of my notifications set off, so I don't see my notifications on Facebook. I have my Instagram notifications turned off, and because I don't like my peace to be bothered with.
Well, see, this
like I don't want you to interrupt my peace.
So this would be a different conversation if you was a woman that's like, oh, there's no good women out here, but you already done kind of said that you don't want to be approached or whatever. So
right. So I don't want my peace, and even with friends, like after 9 o'clock, my friends know I'm in bed, I'm ready to go to sleep, and my phone is on Do Not Disturb.
Yeah, man, you know, it's the light skin thing.
No, I don't want my peace to be disturbed.
We got Nequa in here. Nequa. I want to get you over here and your opinion on this. You have a hard time getting up on a bench.
I'm short.
I want your opinion on this. First of all, shout out your podcast because you do got one. Tell me
yes,
your name.
I do. Yes, I am. I go by Coach Nequa T. You can take a look at my podcast. It's called Tea Time with Nequa T. It's like your morning motivational. I call it razzle dazzle motivation. So to get away from that.
I actually heard of that.
Really?
Yeah, that's that.
You're
I'm dead serious.
Oh, okay.
Where do you put it? Tell them the outlets where they can find it.
You can find it on the podcast if you have an iPhone, Google Play, SoundCloud. I also have visuals on YouTube as well, so if you want to put a face with it.
Hey, that's how you plug yourself in. What's your opinion about this? Because you single, right?
I sure am.
You want a guy to shoot a shot, right?
Yep.
Are you against him shooting a shot in DMs?
That's a little sketchy. Now, I don't know.
What if you shoot a shot in his DMs? You know, he find you attractive. He got your social media handle, and he expressing it. He want to take you out. How'd that go?
I don't know. I mean, I don't really have that problem, so I don't know how that would go, to be honest.
How often are you out there in public so he could approach you?
I'm out a lot, actually. I don't go to I'm not a club person, so I go to the more, I don't know, you might catch me at some type of conference or something like that, or more sociable environments, but nothing like
niggas gotta stalk y'all to get y'all to. She said she's gonna be at Publix at what time? She said she's gonna be at a conference at what this time? Yeah, nigga, she ain't avoiding this.
I'm going to every Walmart.
Nigga got our alarm set.
Until I find out.
Right?
I'm gonna be the dope man.
Oh no, you gotta be at Walmart before 9.
I know. Cause
So yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what the breakdown is. Like, we know that there's good women out here. We just don't be in a place accessible to meet them.
Well, y'all need to get to know them.
Oh, so it's us. It's us because we don't wake up early in the morning and go to the grocery store.
You can definitely
We at conferences.
Good men be at work. Tell you that. Always.
Oh, both of them said the same. It was like synchronized. Both of them sighed at the same time.
I don't agree with that.
Where they be at then?
In jail.
Good men in jail. I bet.
So every good man.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
No, I'm just kidding. I mean, that's probably a great man sitting in prison right now.
I mean, that's he done changed his life around.
No, the way she said it, bro.
But I can't.
But I mean,
dog.
hey, I don't know him, and I don't want somebody in prison to.
Because they in jail. There's so many dogs out now.
You know what though? I have a problem with good men that aren't mentally ready to be in a relationship with a woman, because this is
Stop forcing them to get in a relationship.
No, it's not even that. It's that you have men out here that are willing to date around, and they don't lay down the rules. I get it. Some women are crazy and they don't understand what, hey, I'm just dating means. They think like, oh yeah, we're just dating, like just us.
No. Yeah, they think
Some women are like
dating.
that. Right. Because some women, you have to like really like show them like, it's you, this person. Like, I got a girl for every day of the week.
You can't do that.
But
You can't be honest with women.
What are y'all talking about?
listen, I'd rather a man be 100%.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
So y'all can reject me faster.
Because if I start to really, really like you, and you didn't tell me that you are dating several other women,
We have a problem.
we have a problem because you didn't disclose that information. And
wait,
that's
hold
another
on.
thing with
If
sexual
you don't
partners.
know, if you don't know he's talking to other different women,
He needs-
that's probably he spending most of his time with you.
I don't care if you are dating me and 3 other or me and 10 other. You need to disclose that information because, okay, personally, me, I don't have sex with nobody because you, first of all, you don't know who you laying down with. People got bad spirits, demons that they're dealing with, and their mental state is not there. And I want to be able to make sure that the man I'm being physical with, sexually, mentally, emotionally, like we're spending time together, I need that person to be in a good mental state because I don't want your bad spirit hanging out with me. And the same thing goes with friends. If the friends that I'm hanging out with, mental state is not there, their heart is not in the right place, they don't have compassion or anything, no, we can't even be friends. So it goes friends, relationships, dating.
I remember I was talking to this chick for like, I met on POF. We was talking for like 2 weeks.
POF?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No judgment. No judgment.
She said that like, hold up.
No judgment. I'm sorry. I was just surprised because
This was like
You been on that, huh?
I was, but it was just to see the men and the disgusting things.
Oh, that's what you went on there for?
Yes.
Okay.
And I didn't even have my picture. It was another picture.
So you
of
was catfishing?
I wasn't catfishing because I wasn't giving them entertainment. I was being entertained by the things they were writing. And
That's kind of weird when you think about it.
It was just like, I was like, these sick ass.
That's kind of weird.
No,
You went on there
you're kind of sick.
Yeah,
making
you on
a
there.
fake page
Yeah, just
to lure men to see how nasty
that's
they'll
kinda
go.
weird, man.
You
Listen, I could
even talking about spirits on people.
Yeah, that's kind of
I
weird,
could have
man.
published it, and I was like, "Ew, y'all are nasty. Like, you're married probably and got kids."
Anyway, so like I was saying, I met.
Hey, that's not weird.
Yeah, we gonna pretend. All right, so look, I met this chick on POL. We were talking for like 2 weeks. I may have had sex with her. I don't remember.
What? You don't remember? I don't recall.
In the first 2
You
weeks,
don't have a book?
I don't remember if we had sex in the first 2 weeks. All right, but I know we was at a basketball court. I left my phone in her car. She come like, oh, we need to talk.
After 2 weeks?
Who is this chick who's texting you, calling you babe?
After 2 weeks?
Yeah, I'm like, why is you even going through my phone?
Oh, she was crazy.
Yeah, she
you
was
got your
crazy.
one.
Yeah.
That's why I'm telling you, that's why you gotta tell women.
Know people.
Y'all can't sit here and think that every woman is going to not be okay with you being 100% honest, because I've been lied to before, so I'd rather you be honest.
Right, just tell me the truth.
I'd rather be heartbroken
Y'all say
from the
that
beginning.
y'all say that so y'all can reject the nigga faster.
No.
If you wanna fuck, just tell me you wanna fuck. Man,
Hey fellas, if you hear me, if you find a good woman, lie to her to keep her.
No.
Okay.
No,
That's the wrong thing, and that's why it's so wrong.
Listen,
That's the truth.
you just gonna lie at the foundation. The rest of it can be,
Hey,
can be solid.
Okay, cheat on me if you want to.
I didn't say cheat.
No.
Whoa,
That's
whoa, you
what
put
cheating
words on
is.
it
Let's
out. Black
just
men
call
don't even cheat. Where you get that
Black
from?
men don't cheat.
Y'all cheaters too.
No.
A man is a man. It don't matter if you black, white, Hispanic.
It do matter.
No,
No, it don't.
no, it does
matter.
not, because y'all are all men have wandering eyes, and that is where I
Hold
Hold
up.
on.
Wandering eyes is not cheating. Because if you
Wandering eyes lead to wandering hands.
Y'all women
not true.
And body parts.
Not true.
And then next thing you
Not
know,
Hey,
I
sir.
don't agree.
But why they act like it's just men? Like women ain't walking around here like a one-eyed dog in a sausage factory.
no, that's fine, because if you cheat on me, I'm sleeping with
No,
your
it's
baby.
not even cheating. Think about it. Think about it. Hold on, what you
See
say?
what I'm saying?
Hold on, what
You
you
see what I'm
say?
saying? She got that spirit on her. I don't know what spirit
said-
that came
she
from.
said if he cheats,
She got
she
that
gonna do
spirit
what?
on her.
What did she say?
I ain't say nothing.
Think about it like this.
Celebration, is this your member?
Think about it, bro.
I am not representing the church at this moment. I am off the clock.
But what I'm saying is, man, for all these good women out here that claim women, I'm a good woman, I'm this, I'm that. Where the fuck are you? We only see you on social media when you're talking about being a good woman.
But that's the thing. You can talk about being a good man. You can talk about being a good woman.
Talk to him.
That don't mean you put it through, right?
Exactly.
So it's good to say we should respect y'all work when y'all say this shit.
I feel like
Cool.
you should get out.
I mean, yeah.
That mean we gonna treat y'all like everybody else until y'all prove it to us that y'all
I feel
just
like
y'all
you
say
need
y'all.
to treat
That's what I
everybody
do.
with an open mind. You meet someone, you can't put your new relationship on with your old relationship.
I
at.
agree.
Exactly.
Your last boyfriend was a cheater. That don't mean that your new boyfriend is one. You can't go into a mentality that, oh, I'm not gonna trust this person because I've been cheated on before or I done got lied to. No, you have to give people the chance to prove you either wrong or right. And if they show you like they're a good person and stuff, okay, that's a good woman, that's a good man.
You ever cheated on a dude before?
No, I have not.
Nequa, you ever cheated on a dude before?
No. I ended the relationship before I was about to cheat.
We gonna sit up here and lie.
Oh no,
No,
I ain't never cheated.
I ended
Oh, I
the
ain't never
relationship before I
I
was
never
about to
cheat.
cheat.
Even though I said what I
I
said,
just-
I don't do that.
Like, we don't need to be together.
No, I swear, right hand on the Bible, I have never done that because I'm just, I'm scared.
I have a conscience.
Right, I'm scared. I may tell
Listen,
myself.
I've cheated on people I've broken up with. Ask me how that makes sense.
How that happen?
Because women don't know when they've been broken up with.
It's
Like-
plain.
Listen,
All right, listen, I'm done. It's over with. I think we should. I think we should go our separate ways, right? Then, what is it? A week later, they popping up to your house.
but why
Hold
you
on, who
allowing
over
them
there?
in?
Who over there?
First of all, why you got somebody already after a week?
Right.
This nigga stuff got hella
That
fatal
was-
attractions,
that was-
dog.
All right now. Why do you have somebody already a week after?
Listen, this is a made-up scenario.
Oh,
Don't try to
okay.
make this real.
I didn't know.
And then
you
try,
know?
and then
You
try to
just-
take my character.
You just said.
What
You
are we
just
doing here?
said.
That's not what I
that-
said. I'm just making up a story.
Oh, okay.
So, why
So
would
I guess I let me get better at this story.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So
See, that's how you get caught lying.
Like, run that back. What you just said again?
all right.
Oh, you said he was at the store.
Listen, because in her mind, until she done with you, y'all still in a relationship.
Right.
That's what it is.
But it depends because some people don't know how to kind of let go.
Some people. I'm just talking about women.
That's what some people don't know how to let go. Men don't know how
So
to
when
let
men
go.
break up with
either.
you, how do you handle it? Oh, men don't break up with you.
I'm like,
No, I
Exactly.
haven't.
Exactly.
Yeah, I
Men
have
don't
been broken.
break up with y'all because y'all don't know when y'all been broken up with.
I got broken up
Broken
with.
up with before?
I got broken up
You
with.
have been
Yeah.
nigga probably had to move to a whole nother state before y'all found out it was all.
sent you a letter.
Nah, I've been broken up with.
Yeah, This happened twice.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you deal with it?
Give him a shout out on the podcast.
Hell no.
So I was reading this. It's on InStyle.com and it said it's an article. It's in the lifestyle section. I seen somebody share it. It said women over 30 are leaving their husbands and boyfriends for other women.
Yes.
What?
You said women over 30?
Yes.
Okay.
And then there's a doctor on here. She's an OBGYN. She was saying like she's experiencing that some of these women she's a professor somewhere as well. She was like she's starting to see that it's maybe hormonal, something to do with their hormones at that age, and where it's just a science to it. And I'm saying, I don't think it's no science. I just think you're so mad at the man, and you think about it, you're 30 years old, and if you've been in here for this amount of years as an adult, and you keep on being done wrong by men, maybe you form a little curiosity. You may think that grass is greener.
It's 30-year-old women. That's relatively young, right?
Yeah.
And this is a different generation of women. Like, so I can't necessarily, I don't think it's a scientific reason. But I think they're at a state where they don't got to take the man bullshit like the previous generation.
Hold on now, because women in relationships just as bad as men.
What you mean?
Women, like two women together in a relationship, you think it's...
But explain that to somebody.
Okay, so you know how you were explaining the situation. Okay, so you know. All right, it's pretty much like lesbians. Well, yeah, let's just use lesbians. That's a okay.
They cheat too.
Right, but they move quick. Like you meet them today. Next week, you guys are engaged. Next month, y'all adopted a baby.
Ew, somebody just told me a story about this.
No, they move quick.
Somebody just told me about this girl who was dating this girl for 6 months, and they already married.
Right, and some women don't want to don't want to be alone, and like they're like 30, and they like my mom. She tells me all the time. She was like, "Well, you need to hurry up and find you a man or a woman to get married to."
Like, it's bad. She gave you an option.
Like, and she was like, "I don't even care at this point."
She see the baseball cap and like, fuck it.
Nah, she knows, but it's just kind of like she just.
Oh, she was just being funny. Okay.
Yeah. Could you see yourself being with a woman for the rest of your life? What about a relationship now? Where the point is that you're in life? Could you, if you were to meet the person, would it be with a woman?
I'd rather be with a man right now at this moment than to be with a woman because women are clingy. Women are very clingy.
So it's just cool to have your phone with the woman.
So y'all just go back up my last.
It's cool to have your phone with the girls right now.
I feel like whatever floats your boat. If you want to be happy, whatever makes you happy. And whatever you feel you're comfortable in it, if that's with a woman and that's what brings you happiness, go ahead, do what you want to do. Because I would hate for someone to be in the wrong relationship wasting somebody's time.
Well, what? See, there's a lot of these cats, right, who just wasting time and they just need a sexual partner.
Exactly. Right? Or a house to live in.
That's why prostitution should be legal, man.
Because they need to work.
Prostitution should be legal?
Yes, man.
What?
Prostitution should be legal.
Why?
I'm telling you.
Why should it be legal?
Okay.
Why? I'm trying to see how you gonna tie this in.
You know how much human trafficking there is?
14-year-olds? I'm not talking about no damn children. I ain't talking about no one going against
Do you know that in Thailand they have like a brothel that these nasty sicko men go overseas for prostitution?
Can I tell you this?
Go ahead.
No, I did not know that was going on in Thailand. You know why I didn't know that? Because I'm not a rich sicko.
No, I know, but I don't know. I be reading about other countries and stuff, and it just interests me how prostitution over there is like, okay, like they got 12-year-olds, 14-year-olds.
That's how it started out.
I never tell nobody take no one underage. I'm simply
right. No. I know what you're saying, but it's just like it's legal over there, and it's just kind of like, what can it turn into?
Well, she actually made a great point. If you make prostitution legal, that's going to be kind of hard to narrow down.
But it's already legal in some places, so I don't see why it would be that hard.
It's considered escorting.
Right.
Where they can have legal escort services. We know what they're doing, but not all the time escorts are doing something that's sexual.
Not all of them have sex.
Yeah, so.
Right.
And then it should be ultimately up. It should be up to someone. It's still someone's right whether or not they're going to have sex. You can always say no.
But then it comes into raping. It comes into rape. Then it goes into rape. If you're an escort, you go out with a man.
Rape at the brothel.
No, I'm saying, but
That's
I'm not
what
talking
I'm
about.
talking
But we're
about.
talking about escorting. You guys led the way to escorting.
He led the way. Yeah.
He led the way to escorting. So in my mind, you know, I've watched too many SVU episodes to know that, you know, you may just go out on a date with a man and he starts like making advances at you and you're just like, I'm only getting paid to eat.
But this is the thing as well. If we were to make that legal, it would be hard to chase down the other illegal shit that goes on with prostitution and such
Exactly.
as like human trafficking.
And
stuff
how
like
is
that.
this gonna be taxed?
Because if it's against the law,
No, they'll find a way to tax.
yeah, if it's against
They
the
tax
law,
marijuana
Weed
now.
still not legal.
That's why weed is legal where it is. It's
Yeah, it's
generated
taxed.
millions of dollars.
Right.
But that's my point on why there's some places where it is legal for, we know it's prostitution, these brothels and stuff like
Right.
that. You're paying to have sex with these people.
Right.
But they're being taxed. That's why it's legal. They have formed a way to tax it. Now,
I feel like I
Paying for
understand.
sex.
I feel like
That's my
it's a
second point.
right and wrong
That's
way
my
to
second. I agree
do
with you,
everything.
yeah.
Listen, we can sit up here and act like everybody can just go out and get sex. It's some dudes out here who are being super aggressive because they're having a very hard time getting a woman.
Okay, well,
right?
you need to
lie,
go
bro.
seek mental
Well, that sounds
counseling.
I ain't gonna lie, bro.
You need to.
I'm gonna say this. There's still not a good excuse I can find for anybody who's paying for pussy. Because
You gotta go get you a dog.
if you even the most unattractive dude, fattest dude, just morbidly obese dude, whatever, you gonna find a way to get pussy. Because you know why?
You know what?
There's women out there that that matches you and they want
Chubby
you.
chasers.
You know what I'm saying? So before you even pay for it, there's a lot of women out here that's willing.
It's part of that. It's part of that, right? You gonna get what you can get, right? And you gonna end up sleeping with somebody who's not that attractive. All right, there's that point. But then there's also a point where there's a fantasy aspect, and sleeping with someone who you think you could never get.
Yeah, I guess.
I guess it's like a chase, but I mean, hey.
That's weirdo shit to me, paying for.
I feel like paying
It's
for
a business.
fantasy.
It's a business. It's not. I'm not using them.
You're
I'm not
paying
using
for
morals
fantasy.
right
But
now.
why do people? What? Okay, I don't know.
Come on. Everything in America says sex sells. Okay.
It does. It
How many
does.
views did that?
But when
that
we talking about
action video
literally?
get?
What? We
It
talking about
literally
literally?
sells. It is the oldest profession in the world. We know.
Right,
They've been
right,
doing
right.
this. They've been doing this since
hey,
days,
but
dog.
let's think about it. You act like women are getting locked up for max years for prostitution. That's like they get a slap on the wrist, be right back on the street.
Yeah, but then it's just kind of like you belong to somebody.
But if you're being pimped,
There's also women going about this the wrong way. Women who out there on the corner with AIDS. What I'm saying is,
Right.
Won't you? If you set up a system to make it legal, it filters out a lot of this shit.
Man,
That's true, but just like weed, you got a system to sell it, you know, pharmaceutical and for recreational.
People
use.
aren't going to dispensaries and getting laced marijuana. That's
I mean, but you do that on your own.
Oh, so you go to the street to get some lace pussy.
I mean, it's kind of like you.
yeah, laced with STDs. Yes, absolutely.
You could be in a relationship and still catching STDs. So
Right.
I mean, it's kind of
Right. But this is my thing though, bro. It's like when we speak about that though, it is gonna be a slippery slope. Because it's like if we make that legal, think about it. Think even further. Prostitutes, like I say, they'll get charged with prostitution, misdemeanor, whatever, be right back out, right? Mm-hmm. As for the pimp, you know, now they don't get charged for pimping and pandering now. They get charged for human trafficking.
Can I ask you a question though?
That'll put them to jail behind bars. You don't see that with prostitution.
Wasn't somebody just voted into office in like openly a pedophile? Didn't that just happen?
tons of them.
Yeah.
That did happen,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
But then we.
Just like
You know
that
what,
senator in Oklahoma last year was caught with a 17-year-old boy in a motel room.
Yeah. He resigned, didn't he?
I think he had no choice.
No. But it would have been bad for him. I don't think he
Well, I'm saying there's literally a whole movement where they're trying to push pedophilia, right? But
I think that's gross.
Yes.
I think, and then
but we don't think the LGBT community is a slippery slope.
because that's somebody's
Huh?
preference. Like
I don't think
because-
LGBTQ community is pushing pedophilia.
they never.
Actually,
I haven't seen that.
LGBTQP is what they're trying to add on.
Yes, that's
That's
what
not
I was
something I
gonna
just
get
made
into
up.
because they
I don't know, man.
they have like they're trying to say that is a mental illness.
Well, that's the problem then.
They're trying to say that's a mental illness. They have like pamphlets and books and classes for
Well, hold
pedophiles.
on. What we can't argue is pedophilia is a fucking mental illness, but we're not going to batch that in the same
But
thing as
how?
anxiety.
But how
and
is
stuff
that?
Like,
But
no,
they're
I think you
trying to
mentally
make
have to
it-
be fucked up if you view kids as being sexually attractive.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
we all can
okay, then
acknowledge that
why
there's something
is it
mentally wrong with
okay? Then why is it okay that you give pedophiles maybe like 1 or 2 years in prison time, and you know you have to register on the sex offender list, but you're literally putting away so many men with non-violent crimes that are like selling. Okay,
yeah, there's
you
a
got
problem.
caught trying to, you know, with a kilo. You're getting 25 years while you have a pedophile raping babies and kids and stuff. Get it like
No,
under
I get
5
that
years.
point of it, but what I'm saying is, yes, it's a mental illness, but we can't normalize this shit.
Okay, well, Ted Bundy got a mental illness, and I
not-
need him to come out.
No, what I'm saying,
He's a killer.
He's serious.
He's
Oh,
a
the serial killer.
Yeah, but this is the
I
thing.
was thinking about Ted Bundy from goddamn family. What's it called?
but this is the thing.
Love in the Marriage. I think that's what the show was called.
If you could murder somebody, if you are looking at kids being sexual, like whatever, I mean, we could all agree that there's something mentally wrong with you. It takes a person of a different mental capacity to do this shit. You're not normal.
I feel like you're
My
mentally
problem is-
unstable.
Yes, exactly.
But as far
I
as
do
it
feel-
being considered, like how they're trying to consider it now as like depression, bipolar.
No, I think it is a sort of a mental illness if you view kids as being, you know, the psychology of it all. It is you're mentally ill.
Okay,
but
I need them to get life as well as, you know, because they just put them back on the street and then they kill these kids.
What I'm saying is, in the fact of it being a mental illness, we still can't normalize it like a depression or anxiety or whatever.
Right, but that's what they're
You know what I'm
trying to
saying?
do.
Yeah, and that's where it's wrong. That's something that shouldn't be normalized. You're saying, and these same people that are for it, where they let their kid get fucked by a grown ass man. No.
Well, hold on, cause
There are some sick people in the world that do.
you watched that documentary,
Abducted in Plain Sight.
Abducted in Plain Sight. This girl's parents knew that she was having
Was
like
no money involved?
no, and that's the thing. They went to her parents, the guy that was raping her, and took her to Mexico to marry her and everything. Came back and told, like, got his wife to tell her parents, if you do not drop these charges, we will let everyone know the relationship that your husband was having with him. And the girl's dad was having a homosexual relationship with the...
Well, we do have those sick motherfuckers.
Like, it's
We
just
do.
kind of like, it's...
Yeah, but that goes back. I seen a video.
Yes.
I seen
You need to
this-
watch it on Netflix.
I don't need to watch it.
And the parents were like sick as fuck. It's just like, how do you allow your daughter who's 12 to go to this man's place of employment pretty much?
Yeah, there's some women that
And
there's
we're
some
like,
parents.
I'm
not
gonna take you
women,
to the airport.
but-
I'm gonna put you on the plane.
Yeah, there's some parents out here that's pimping their kids. There are.
But
that
they were not doing it for
that's
money.
exactly that
That's
is
sick.
pimping.
So look at it like this as well, right?
With no money involved, apparently.
But
There's
apparently,
stuff
if
like-
you got something to hold over them,
Right,
to stop them
it's
from
kinda
saying
like
something, that's still pimping.
It's just nasty.
All this shit is sick. It is sick, and I don't think it should be normalized. But like, just how they try to add pedophilia into being normalized, or whatever. I think it's now starting kind of ridiculous because we all know Girl Scout cookie season is here. We love Girl Scout cookies, but I just
Them
read.
nasty ass man probably be.
But I just read an
Look,
article
Haley.
on the news last week. They now just granted it where these little girls could join the Boy Scouts.
Right.
What?
We
Yeah, I
literally
seen
have
that.
the Boy Scouts
And the
have
Girl
the Girl
Scouts.
Scouts for a reason.
Hey, I used to be in the Girl
But they
Scouts,
fought
too.
to have it integrated
The
where now you can have girls be Boy Scouts. And this all happened because there was like like a kid that claimed to be transgender and they wouldn't allow them
Was
to
it
be
a little
in the
girl that
dog.
was trying to do it?
Yeah, and they wouldn't allow them to
But
be
what if it was a little boy that wanted to
I think
do
they would have fought equally for it. But my thing is, at that age of being a child, you don't even have a sexual identification besides your gender. You know you're a girl, you know it's between your legs. You're a little boy, you know it's between your legs. But you shouldn't be identifying with a sexual orientation at that young.
I think
What-
Oprah had.
How can you be like you said 11 years old?
I mean, I don't
mean,
know.
Boy
I don't
Scouts,
know
I
the
think it's like
young
Boy
stuff. I don't know the
Scouts
age groups.
My thing is like, how are you? Because I seen this video of this gay kid, this gay boy, and he was like 8, 9 years old. I'm like, how you gay? You ain't even fucking yet.
Well,
I don't
one thing
think it has
in
to
the
do
defense
with
of that,
sexual.
in the
it's just
defense
in
of
their
that,
mind.
think about it, bro. There is somebody who I know when we were little kids. He did suspect gay shit. And
We were little kids.
Yeah, but you know, he'd be like, "Hey man, get that gay shit away from us, a little kids."
Hey.
And that person grew up to be a gay man.
Listen,
You know what I'm saying?
I will say that. Okay.
So I think some are born gay.
Oh, some people do gay.
Listen, but no, I don't think people are born. Okay, so
I do.
I think people are
think
born with their mental like being confused because every embryo is a female. And eventually over time, either the embryo develops to be a female or it develops the genital parts of a male. So I feel sometimes something happens during the development stages of a baby where, you have that glitch in your brain that pretty much has you confused and has you wanted that way. I mean, but I mean, hey, by all means necessary.
This conversation in itself is a rabbit hole.
It is.
Because we're gonna. I mean, it's the same. Yeah.
Yeah, we can give opinions all day about it.
But okay, like we say all the time, like, oh man, you did some gay shit or whatever cases.
But
right?
that's who they are.
No. Like we talk about toxic masculinity, right? Let's say I was put my hand on your shoulder, right? Just pretend you surround. My hand been here a little bit too long. You get uncomfortable. Like, hey man, you gay? Get your goddamn hand off me.
Like, why do people do that?
That's gay shit. Now, it's just like, man, we got to understand. Just because you know what I'm saying, you got to understand the difference between weird and gay. We got to stop calling everything weird.
They're uncomfortable.
Right?
Yeah.
Just
It's getting bad.
Putting your hand on somebody's shoulder for an uncomfortably long amount of time is a lot different than actually being gay.
Right, I can see if you unzip somebody's pants. You're not
What's wrong with you, dog?
But the word gets thrown around so much, and we see it on social media. They'll be like, it can be something like a girl will get on social media and be like, a guy who does this or does that. Like, for example, I've just literally seen this. I literally seen this. A girl will be like, guys, well, I can't date no guy that always want to be out with his homies and spend time with his homies, and he ain't never around spending time with his woman. How he supposed to? He must be gay.
His friends. He was spending time with another woman.
See there?
She said another woman.
Oh,
or other women.
But some women will chalk it up and be like, "Oh, he's gay because he want to be with his homeboys all the time."
I think that's just like a term which is wrongly
But here's
used.
an alternative that women need to face. That some of these women who are dealing with that problem need to face. He don't like you that much.
He don't.
Word. Like, word.
For real.
He's trying to avoid
If
you.
he always trying to get out in the other room, never get no bonding time, like I said, men always make time for what they want. Well, he must not want you. Put it together.
And
get a clue.
Exactly.
Skedaddle.
Scoop. And the thing about this is like, women will throw that title of a man being gay out so loosely. It can be anything. A dude will be like, he'll say it's a bad breakup, right? Mm-hmm. And she want to bash the dude, will be like, this nigga gay anyway. Now, the nigga may not even be gay, but that's like the ultimate disrespect to a man, right? Is to throw out gay allegations. And then people will think it's true because it's coming from the girl who's doing that.
Hey.
That's crazy.
That's crazy because we done talked about it on this show where some of the guests have stuck their finger in dude.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Right?
This is nasty. Please don't bring that up.
We had a female guest on here.
We had multiple female guests on here.
That said they dated dudes that like fingers in their ass.
I mean, but the male G spot is in.
But they didn't think about the man being
yes,
gay.
it is.
No, it ain't. It's in the front of the dick. I'm trying to tell you. You don't even know.
Let me break it down for you.
I know exactly what it's at.
It's in the rectum. Yours may be wherever you're saying it's but the male's G spot.
Whoever told you that is a liar.
It is scientific.
So
it is scientific. You can look it up. It is scientific.
The scientist who said that was gay and just trying to make everybody.
And here you go doing the same thing.
He biased his shit. How you gonna be a biased scientist?
So talk about. So
I'm not putting my finger in nobody's blood.
Okay, I was about to say, you could date a man and be with him and take him seriously. Y'all having sex and you be like,
no, I'm not doing that. That's like telling like a guy.
No,
telling me to put a dildo in his mouth.
remember? The G spot is in the ass. It's in the ass.
I don't care.
Remember that? No.
That don't mean I'm saying
Y'all want nobody. Y'all doing it wouldn't want that shit, but y'all don't see no problem with nobody else. That's crazy. Nah, no man should be
I do
wanting
not
to
want
be
no
penetrated.
bacteria on me.
What? Y'all could literally kiss and swap bacteria.
That's another thing. I don't.
She just don't like
you know what's funny though? You know,
she don't like the human race.
I posed
That 90% of the time.
I posed this interesting question. The dude was like, man, how come you can tongue kiss a chick, but if she spit on you, it's disrespectful?
What's the whole spitting in the mouth thing?
That's
weird.
gross.
What is
That's
the whole
That's
spitting
gross.
in the mouth thing? Like, what do you? Like,
But yeah, honestly, but that's, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, that's exactly where that conversation started off from.
What is the whole
That's
spitting
weird.
in the mouth thing? I think that is super disgusting.
That's nasty. I don't want your spit.
I feel like tongue kissing is disgusting. Okay, clock me if you want. Anybody watching this will clock me. That whole tongue kissing is nasty.
But a nigga eat your booty, he good.
No, I don't do it.
Oh,
I would not want that. Like, no. That's why I stay away from all those things that can tempt you into something that you don't have no business being into.
What? Like what? Celibacy?
Yes, that is. I'm telling you, it is amazing to not have to be worried about. Oh, let me go to a dick appointment. Like,
Yep.
or
It
like
brings
you know,
on too much.
it brings too much sex without a like marriage or like with a serious partner brings
when you
too
watch
many problems.
Oh, celibacy defends you against that.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like you
And then it's like you're protecting yourself. I'm telling you, yeah, it's true. And then
You
like
can protect yourself without being celibate.
how?
No,
People have
no,
demons.
It's called self-control.
No, people have demons, and I'm telling you,
What?
I don't want your bad spirit jumping off to me, and now I'm over here upset and
I don't
having
even know
anxiety,
why.
and I don't know why.
So you think he literally, well, I guess literally, he would be giving off his energy.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, but he got
Hey,
bad spirit.
I was using the code
You
word
wanna-
for semen. He would literally be giving off his energy.
Hey,
No,
I think
I
that
wouldn't
whole
want
soul
that.
ties thing is a myth. You know why?
It's very much
I think it's a
true.
myth because you mean to tell me everybody that's porn and prostitute and all that is sharing soul ties? There's literally people that are married that do porn.
But that's the thing. That's also
And that's why we need to legalize it.
no, that's,
prostitution.
no.
No.
I mean,
I don't believe in
that's,
that whole soul tie shit. I just
Right.
logically, I don't get the science of that. I think it's all myth.
And
There's nobody who's been able to factually.
have you
support this.
ever heard of like believing something so much that it actually becomes real to you?
Yeah, it's called conspiracy theories.
All right, you got let's say you go out to eat and your stomach starts to hurt and you're like, maybe I got food poisoning. Your mind
That's
is
called
going to
hypochondriac.
react. No, your mind physically, your mind actually starts to thinking, and your body then starts to feel it.
Like women that know they did something guilty and let the nigga wear the rubber and they think they pregnant a week after.
I don't know about that. I've never been through that.
There's women that will really think like know they did something like that, not use the rubber, and then they start giving themselves symptoms.
What do you mean?
They're thinking they pregnant.
Oh yeah, similar to that.
Yeah, that's called being a
But it don't make
hypochondriac.
them pregnant though.
Right, it doesn't make you pregnant. But
So-
no, it's kind of. I mean.
So you think you believe nothing? This
But,
is funny.
I mean, no,
So-
it's just how I believe in. I mean, I also believe in like not living with someone before you get married.
All right, well, that's another episode of the Likeable Assholes podcast.
Yes, sir.
Thanks for checking in with us. Y'all want to give y'all social media handles?
No.
No.
How you got a podcast and don't want nobody to follow you on social media?
I didn't understand that, but go ahead.
Do you
I
have at least a
don't.
podcast social media thing? How are you bringing awareness on social media?
How can they listen to you?
That's better.
Yes, you can go on podcast, Google Play, SoundCloud, you name it. I'm on there.
What's the name of it again?
Tea Time with Nequa T.
All right.
All right. I want to give a shout out to Savageville Tees, SAVAGEVILLETEES, Savageville Tees.
And
Dope shirts of the
everybody-
game.
Everybody, you can find Yasmin on IG at.
That's it. I'm out.
Yeah, you can follow me on IG and Twitter at JASHAAD904.
And your boy Step at Step Got Jokes. It is what it sounds like. All right, appreciate you for checking in. We out of here.
Wow.